The ACDC guidelines remind us that the next place of learning alongside the family is the parish, where catechists and the Catholic school assist and provide ongoing faith formation for the child and the family. Kerrie Anne, in your work with schools, how important is it to ensure there is a link between the local parish and school in ensuring the formation and delivery of the sacraments, especially to those children with a disability?
Mary, I've been very fortunate to have worked in a number of Catholic schools across the Archdiocese of Melbourne, and I've always known and experienced that the Catholic school doesn't function in isolation. We are very much part of a wider worshipping church community. You asked about the relationship, well, the strength of the relationship between parish and school and family is a vital partnership, and it has to be based on mutual trust, respect and shared responsibility, and very much good communication. And it's important because at the centre of those three facets, there's the children. They're the children in our care. As a community of believers, we value the diversity of families, and it is through this that we can create a church and school community that's open, accepting and supporting of individuals, especially those with disabilities. We can provide liturgical celebrations and catechetical programs accessible to all persons, to be open to their full, active and conscious participation according to their capacity. Now, when preparing children to receive the sacraments for the first time, it's through this collaboration and through this partnership that we can provide spiritual and sacramental formation of young children and young people, inclusive of those with a disability. Now, we know that families are the first and foremost educators of their children. I know myself, I have 2 young children in Catholic primary schools, and I know that it was me who taught them how to say their prayers and how to make the sign of the cross. So it's vital that we involve the parents in relation to the planning of a sacramental program, especially those who have children with special needs. Parish priests, catechists, parish educators, teachers and principals, they should all engage in dialogue with parents, identifying their children's special needs, because they are, after all, the experts in knowing what works, what are the triggers, what motivates their children's learning in faith development, because we want this to flourish. This dialogue, this conversation is so important because each circumstance will be unique, pertaining to the special needs of the individual preparing for the sacrament, the parish and the worshipping community. Without this family contribution, teachers and catechists and parish educators could potentially run the risk of presenting programs that may seem to be creative, but they could potentially be ineffective, as they may not necessarily identify and meet the needs of the individual children. So, if necessary, there's always the chance that the school could request assistance of special educators such as therapists, professional organisations to work with the teachers and parish educators. Through this, the educators will be able to learn about specific disabilities, behaviour strategies, how to teach using multisensory hands-on learning, and to foster interest. Also to understand that the environment itself is very important. We want to be able to minimise confusion and disruption and foster those teaching moments that engage and excite students. But most importantly, individuals with disability and special needs bring a special insight into the meaning of life. They hold virtues such as courage, patience, acceptance, perseverance, strength, compassion, sensitivity, which they inspire in others. And so it's very, very important that we, as a worshipping community, hold focus on what people with disabilities can teach others within that worshipping community, and not focus necessarily on what we are doing and providing for them.
Thank you.